We're going to take a look at what's making headlines tomorrow, starting, Freya, with The Australian.
Yes, and the headline tomorrow reads, "Giving AI a license to eat up Aussie artists." Big tech companies could gain access to a vast library of copyrighted Australian content to further fuel their AI capabilities under recommendations put forward by the Productivity Commission, with the controversial scenario likely to leave the nation's news media outlets and creative professionals without compensation for their work. In an interim report on unlocking the benefits of AI and data to spark growth, released on Tuesday night, the Commission called for feedback on what reforms were needed to bring the copyright regime up to date, amid its concerns that the laws were outdated and ill-equipped to deal with the rise of artificial intelligence technology. Possible overhaul of the laws is expected to prompt fierce backlash from industry figures, many of whom have previously aired concerns that big tech routinely sourced their content it did not own as a means to further its products without compensating the owners of the copyright. Now, this is a concern we've heard all along from news media, from creatives, that their work is being used by these generative AI models, being fed into their systems, being cited by programs like ChatGPT, but they're not paid any compensation for producing it. Normally, I support a light touch regulatory approach, but there does seem to be a tension here because we want our artists and the media to survive.
On the other hand, the Productivity Commission is saying that AI could be worth $120 billion over a decade if it's allowed to develop freely in this country. So you've got that tension, right, between trying to protect the rights of the creators of Bluey and Kylie Minogue with her songs and allowing AI to prosper freely in this country so we can reap the undoubted benefits of it.
Well, it depends what you think benefits are. I think it's the tension between the humans who live in this world and the money that a small number of people can potentially make out of taking what humans have created and then feathering their own nest with it. I mean, the Productivity Commission, we talked last night about their report into, what we need to do with energy. The Productivity Commission is quickly turning into how to bugger up the world commission, it would seem. And, I'm not a unionist, never been one, but I tell you what, if this is what becomes the status quo and law in this country, I would be almost happy enough to come on air and lead a strike and encourage everyone in media and any creative entity to walk out on strike and say we're not doing anything anymore until you change that law. Because what will eventually happen is AI will take away all those jobs. And once it's done that, it can take anyone's job away, and that's bad for the world.
Well, the Productivity Commission are recommending that the government work out where copyright law is a barrier to building and training AI models. And I imagine the answer is it's a barrier everywhere. Copyright law is a problem, so you're going to have to really ride roughshod over it if you're going to go full steam ahead with AI.
Yeah, and then copyright law is also the reason artists and creators get paid in the first place. So again, who is going to suffer and who is going to benefit? And I think, like Caleb said, it's probably going to be a few people who benefit greatly and a lot of people who are really significantly displaced by this.